with this beautiful crazy life. I know I just posted a video earlier today, but this is something I'm just processing, and I want to talk to you guys real quick about this. And it's something that really should go without saying, but it seems to be a continued problem within the American church. In a lot of evangelical circles, being a Republican and a Christian are just one and the same, and it shouldn't be. I'm not telling people to go and vote Democrat. If that's your prerogative, go ahead, vote for however you wish to vote. We live in a democracy. I'm just really disturbed by some of the stuff I see, people I'm friends with who share things that are just so divisive, because in their world, being a Republican and a Christian is the same thing. To be completely on board for Trump, you have to be anti-vaccine in some cases, because in worst cases, this is the mark of the beast or something. You have to be full-fledged. There's Marxism everywhere. We just live in Marxist, socialist, communist, Nazi Germany now. Just this language that's constantly used, and I just, how did we get there? There's a reason why we are where we are in some of these Christian circles, and I just don't see it getting any better. I see it getting progressively worse. This further politicization of the church, where mostly white evangelical Christians are over-identifying as conservative first. Because, quite frankly, I've been visiting a lot of churches during this summer, and I haven't been to a pro-Biden church, once, ever. Even in churches that are black, where people are more predominantly to vote Democrat just because of a bunch of historical reasons, I've never been to a church service where they're like, we need to make sure Trump doesn't win or whatever. I'm not saying those don't exist or there's no sort of organizing like this. I just haven't been to a pro-Biden church thing. It'll be like, oh, the church is divided. There's these two sides, but there really is just one side that's heavily conservative, then another part of the church that's mostly conservative, but maybe not full Trump MAGA supporters. And then there's this mix of everything else. And the people with the most power and money and influence seem to be ultra MAGA churches. And if this offends you, that's not my point. I'm not attacking you for voting for Trump or anything like that. I'm just saying, do you really think that they're one and the same? Do you think that being anti-vaccine, what if you're for mask mandates? What if you're someone who's a Christian who works in the medical field and you legitimately believe mask mandates would help? There's a lot of Christians who would count those people out. If you don't believe me, I'm going to read you a Facebook post. Just wait 1 second here. This is from someone named Sandy Kokrowski. I don't know who this is, but she has a blue check mark, so she's probably really important, and you should listen to everything she says. And she says this: imagine you're sitting with your grandchildren. They begin to speak about number 46 in his plan. They talk about the pandemic, toilet paper, mandates, vaccines, boosters. And then they start talking about human trafficking, money, pastors who were silent, and the exposing of evil that began when a swift gavel was raised by the judge in a courthouse of heaven. I wonder how the details of the war that eventually took place on American soil will be told. And when they ask, eyes wide open, hungry for some real deep info of what that time period, Grandpa, Grandma, what did you do? What will you say? Lord Jesus, I want to be counted worthy to tell the truth then and now. I need to be able to tell my children that I did not remain silent. What is this about? There's so many things about this post I don't understand. How it goes from vaccines to boosters to human trafficking, money, and pastors who were silent. Is she equating if you're not against boosters and vaccines, then are you not a Christian? Is Jesus not going to count you worthy? I really don't understand. But a lot of people are really excited about what she said. Reading through some of these comments, they're really stoked. Now look, I don't agree with the vaccine mandates, but I am vaccinated, just so you know. I have no problem saying that. I think the vaccine worked. I listened to some doctors. It made sense to me. People in my comments, people who I'm subscribed to, people I'm in relationship to, who think that this vaccine doesn't work. It's a fraud. It's a plan to control you. Some think it is to market a beast. I haven't met anyone who actually says that, but there's people who say that, who genuinely believe that. There's people on my friends' Facebook list. I'm not close friends with them, but they believe that. They believe Jesus is coming any day now. And I never know when Jesus is coming back. A vaccine mandate, I don't know if that's what the I just wonder if we're missing the mark here, right? Like, there's a group of Christians who are so politically entrenched in the Republican conservative MAGA agenda that I don't think they're able to see maybe the flaws in some of their logic. In my own city of Anchorage, one of our bigger churches, which I have friends who go there, and they're generally great people. But yeah, they're more conservative, and they really like listening to people like Ben Shapiro and Charlie Kirk and all the great conservative intellectuals of our time, like Candace Owens. But they were really railing against this mask mandate. Like, they were literally organizing as a church to get people to show up and show their opposition to the mask mandate. And I don't know, personally, it's not something I have really strong feelings about. I don't know if that's good or bad. I really don't know how effective masks are. From what I read, sometimes they can be, in some cases they can't, and it seems like kind of both sides sort of maybe over-exaggerate or downplay how effective masks are, is my very uninformed opinion. I know in this country you have to be an expert on anything and pretend to be, but I'm not even going to pretend to be like I actually know anything about how masks work, except from the people who say masks work or say they don't work. I can show you those talking points, but I'm not a doctor or a medical expert or a germologist. Is that the word? I'm not a virologist. Like, I went to school for political science. That's not real science. But I'm just sort of shocked sometimes, and I don't really have a point to this video. There's no like big glaring point, I guess, besides that we're really screwing up, guys. This, like, when we're going there, when we're equating being super ultra MAGA to being a Christian, I think we've lost the narrative. We lost the story somewhere here. And I don't know. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed this video, like, subscribe. Tell me what you think. Do you think I'm off? Are you a super MAGA supporter Christian? Like, do you think I'm just not seeing it? Am I blinded from the truth? Are you a Christian who doesn't fit in there? Are you a Christian who's more liberal? Tell me what you think. If you're not a Christian at all and you just want to tell me how dumb I am, because I have plenty of atheists who do that whenever I talk on these opinions, I will gladly take that as well. Anyway, this is This Beautiful Crazy Life. We talk about everything here: politics, media, everything, religion, theology, dating, from a Christian lens. And sometimes I just give my opinion with no Bible attached to it all. If you want to check out some other of my videos, they will probably come up somewhere here. Anyway, see you guys later.